Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. And if you're listening to this and you don't see the thumbnail overlay, it's because I was too excited to make this video and I could not wait for the thumbnail. So usually I wait for the thumbnail, but I was impatient today. So I wanted to get the word out ASAP, and the thumbnail will show up when it shows up. But in any case, I would love for you not to watch this video. Move over, listen to the next one until you've listened to my initial video, which was the part one video, which was titled something about neurodivergence is my superpower, is your superpower, or just neurodivergence, comma, superpower, which is superpower, in my YouTube channel. It's a long marathon video, 27 minutes. I would love for you to listen to that first and then just see how a few weeks to a month later, how my tune has changed a little bit. And now I am like so into this. Like, I really realized that this is a massive opportunity. And when I say opportunity, I don't necessarily mean money making opportunity. I mean, I'm sure it might, but I'm all about in my last decade of life doing things that give me joy and enjoying dentistry, that the parts of dentistry and the elements that give me joy, like truly excited to get up and do things. And a regular office is not joyful to me. There's nothing about a regular orthodontic office or a DSO office that offers orthodontics that is joyful. I think it's miserable. And I guarantee you every single patient and every single parent thinks it's miserable as well. Yeah, nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to be there. So how can I possibly create a new office when nobody wants to be there? What if I could make one that everyone wanted to be at? What if you could customize your own experience? And this is what I'm thinking, because I hate going to dental offices. I hate being in them. I don't want to work in one. I don't think you guys like working in one either. They stink. I want to redefine the whole orthodontic experience from a neurodivergent standpoint so that it takes away all the barriers to doing orthodontics and just makes it easy for the parents. So whether the mom is neurodivergent, the dad is neurodivergent, the kid is neurodivergent, I mean, honestly, based on the research that's coming out, and if you don't realize how prevalent and prominent it is, and how many people out there are masking, and if you don't know what neurodivergent masking is, then you probably I mean, I think you should, because I wouldn't, honestly, I wouldn't be making this video. And I wouldn't even know that I was neurodivergent had someone not told me to research it and look into it and just make content on it. I literally 0 out of 100 would I ever have thought I was exorbitantly neurodivergent, because I am an expert masker. Like, I am expert. And now that I know how to turn my mask on and off intentionally, which took me a lot of education to learn how to do, it's so fun. The joy in my life has gone up exponentially. Like, and even like my friends and family are like, you're like a different person, like in the last few months. Yeah. Are you on meds? No, no meds. No meds at all. I'm not taking anything. Yeah. I don't even drink. I don't take no meds. Um, no, this is like crazy. So think of it. And now that yeah, you got to listen to my other video first, because it's going to make no sense. Let's think about from the standpoint neurodivergent mom. They might not even know they're neurodivergent. Neurodivergent staff. What things about the orthodontic experience are miserable? Yeah, all of them are to me. I think it's all awful. Making the appointment, going to the appointment, things come up, having to change the appointment. Your kids are so crazy busy. I mean, I literally went through something similar with my kids. I mean, I'll give you an example. My kids had to go on Accutane, just teenage stuff. I mean, they really had to. It was bad. And before COVID, we had to go into the office every 4 weeks. We had to. And there was a lot of steps that had to be done in order to go in and get that check so you could just get that prescription renewed. And it was like so stupid. To me, it was like, why do we have to go in the office to do this? They're not doing anything. Like, you know what a hassle this is? Like, this is really, really hard. I have really busy teenagers. They've got sports, they've got school. Trying to schedule this in your normal 8 to 4, 8 to 5, and occasional Saturday hours is almost impossible, let alone things come up, in my work schedule and the kids' work schedule. And anytime you cancel, it becomes a complete and total disaster. I want to have apps that'll let me schedule and cancel last minute and find a new slot, because most ortho offices If you cancel last minute, you're not getting in for weeks, if not months, let alone at a convenient time. Yeah, that's a hassle. Um, I don't want that. I want something super, super easy. I want the option of virtual appointments as much as possible and in-person ones when I need it. And I want to be able to get in same day no matter what, like somehow, even if it's an emergency, let me push a button and find a way to get in. Um, I hate the lights in dental offices. I hate them. Hate them. Like in medical offices too. Like I feel awful when I go in dental medical offices. So the sounds, the lights, the smells, all the senses. I want to be able to create an experience that is easy to get screened, easy to get scheduled, easy to cancel, easy to reschedule, easy to do virtual appointments. I want to be able to text and communicate in all different ways. And I know a lot of ortho offices have these things already, but I pretty much can guarantee you that you can't get in last minute. Like there's no really easy way to get in and out. And then the senses, the smells, the sounds. If I'm having a day where I'm overstimulated, I would like to have rooms that are low stimulation, lower lights. Maybe just wear our no overhead lights. Maybe we just wear our little headlight. Maybe there's just a light coming down. Maybe it's natural light. I love ortho offices with natural light. I've been in some, that are not artificial light. It's all natural light, with plants and other stuff, and this like smells good. Not fake smells that are piped in or anything like that. Like that is so cool. I want to be able to dial up and dial down the discomfort or the mechanics on my patients, depending on how they're feeling. If they're feeling super sensitive, I want them to be able on the app to say that they're feeling extra sensitive today, extra sensory. I want them to be able to, the kids to be able to put on the app when they check in for the appointment, how they're feeling. So I know how they're feeling today. I'm not saying feel good, feel bad. I'm saying all the stuff. These type of things are bothering me today, noises, sounds, vibrations. I want to know these things. But also, it's important for staff too, because you're gonna have staff that are neurodivergent. Quite a few staff are neurodivergent, and they're advocating for themselves now. It's happening in our offices, and doctors aren't understanding what to do with this. Like this is tough. What if your staff's having an especially rough day? That way they can work in the sensory free rooms, or the sensory sensitive rooms, or whatever you want to call them. Like I think that is so cool to be able to do that. Um, and if there's a day when they're feeling extra sensitive, that's fine. Maybe we can just do some easy stuff. But I think it's very awkward. You can't really ask that question. Like people feel much more comfortable putting it on an app. But I think it's also great for parents to be able to say that on an app. And if a parent is feeling extra sensory special that day, or however you want to call it, I want the ability for them to not have to come into the office, and I can communicate with them through virtual, or maybe the kid needs some extra hand holding and needs some special time today. Just thoughts, thoughts on, and to be honest, the vast majority of sensory special kids aren't going to want certain types of mechanics, and they're going to want a lot of control over what they do and the mechanics that we use. And it might change from week to week, from month to month. And I think that's totally fine to be able to create that. Now, I think there is no way to do this in an insurance-driven big pharma model. I call this insurance-driven big pharma, which is, we have to be, we're getting paid nothing for this procedure. So we're going to have to make it productive, which means we're going to have to slam as many patients as possible into the schedule. That is the only way you can survive an insurance-based orthodontic model, which is why I don't want to get back into it. Because to be honest, I spend a lot of time with my patients and I don't like to rush things. And there's no way that I can be productive, and make the money that I deserve for the time that I put in if I'm shortchanging all my patients. So I would rather have more of a concierge model, which is where, we pay for the procedures that we do. I don't want to be locked in with a patient for 2 to 3 years either. That's the beauty of the cash model, is that you don't have to be. We can just take it one step at a time. We can try a biotrainer initially. Maybe for the biotrainer, maybe the lab fee is going to be a couple $100 to $500, depending if it's custom or not, or a habit appliance or something. Obviously, we're going to charge for our time, so maybe we're going to charge $1,500 to $2,000, and we're going to just try that for a few months, a few appointments, see how that goes. And if that works out well, or maybe we'll try some myofunctional therapy. We have a myofunctional therapist in our office. Great, let's try that. Let's try that and see how that goes. And if the patient responds really well to that, well, then we can maybe try some aligners or something else. But you can just pay for what you get in little chunks at a time and not have this giant 2 to 3 year commitment that everyone is basically jailed to. Even if my personality doesn't match with your personality, or the parents and we're not vibing, or the patient and I aren't vibing, I honestly think this is the biggest problem in orthodontics, is that you end up with these marriages where you're together for years and years and years and years, and it's just not a good fit. So why not just do little bitty chunks at a time? Pay for what you're doing as you go. Just do cash, not insurance model. And no, this isn't going to work for every patient. And I think the insurance model and the regular orthodontic claims can still be there for all your neurotypical patients that are fine with the way it goes, and the parents that don't care. There's a lot of parents who just want braces slapped on and the kids are fine with it. And good for them, you know? And if that works for you, but that doesn't work for everyone. And the problem is the 10, 15, 20% of patients that it's not okay with that really bog down your practice anyways, with compliance issues and needing extra time. So yeah, think I'm willing to create a really special kind of experience, and obviously charge special kind of fees that go along with it. And yeah, as you become more productive, I think you can totally give away treatment, and you can give gifts to people, which I would totally do. You know, of course, it depends on, you know, once you get there. Obviously, you can't do that from the beginning, but, and you can get sponsors and other stuff. And maybe in time, you know, the medical and dental profession will warm up a little bit and understand a little bit more about the neurodivergent community and how we're just like everyone else. But we just maybe need things a little bit differently, and we deserve to have things a little bit differently. So I just wanted to make that content. I don't know where I'm going to do this or when I'm going to do this, but I'm definitely thinking about it. But, you know, if you're interested in collaborating, I don't want to deal with any staff. I will deal with none of that nonsense. I just want to do the dentistry, no drama. So that is my rules. All right, thanks so much.